Last name ever, first name greatest.
In fairness, we did start from the bottom, and now we are here. So we're here in beautiful Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
We're back in the States.
Woo! We made it. We made it back. I did.
Despite your best efforts at the border.
I did.
Honest to God. Go ahead.
I pulled up Born in the USA on my phone, and I played it through the stereo as we were driving through.
So we pull up to the thing, and Bruce Springsteen is just crooning Born in the USA over here.
Great.
And so we turn it down just soft enough so that we can actually hear the guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, "So what are you doing?" And we say, "Oh, we're doing this baseball thing." And Brian is a wonderful orator, if you will. He can command an audience. So as this cunning linguist, as it were, and as this gentleman, this Border Patrol gentleman, is asking us questions, he goes, "Oh, so you're on a baseball thing? I said, how long were you in Canada?" Brian pauses. We were in Canada for 1 day. We drove in this morning.
I was like, we came in last night, so maybe it was technically 2 days.
Oh my God!
I know,
so
but then I didn't want to lie and say
1 day.
Well, but I didn't want to.
Man asked you if you're a guy.
I know, but they can check these things. I was afraid he was gonna pull up his license plate checker and be like, "Well, we actually have been in here for 28 hours, so it's been 2 days. You're gonna have to come with me."
And then first of all, that's ridiculous. But second of all, then he's like, "Okay, so you've been here a day. What'd you do today?" I'm like, "Oh, we went and saw a baseball game." You went and saw a baseball game in Toronto, and Brian's like, "Yeah, we went and saw the Toronto baseball team."
I just momentarily
even say
laughed
Blue
at the Blue
Jays.
Jays. I know. It was like I was gonna say Blue Jays, but then I didn't know if he'd know it. So I was just
we're conveying this odd story to this guy. We have Arizona plates.
I know.
We're from Chicago. We're in Toronto. We're conveying this weird baseball thing. We're supposed to be professionals in this baseball in chasing stadiums. And when you say Toronto baseball team,
yes. Can I say? I think you're just I spoke with the officer for a good 3 to 5 minutes, and I was great with everything else. Very quick with the truth and the right answers that he was looking for. I rolled down the windows at the appropriate times.
We aren't hiding anything. It's not
I
like
know,
we're
that's what I'm saying.
But so what do you mean with the right answers?
It's they're looking. They're anyways. So anyways,
Emilio's in the back.
Here,
we got him across the border.
Don't joke. They can. No. You mean like the French version of Emilio?
Yes. I couldn't come up with a good French name off the top of my head.
Jacques. Anyway, so we're in Michigan. We're headed back home.
Oh, thank God.
To sleep in our own apartments.
We did not have cell phone service in Canada.
Yeah, that was
fun.
That was the.
We also did not do some other Canadian things. No poutine.
No poutine. I apologize
to the Canadian faithful for the no poutine.
We did stop at a Timmy Howard's though.
No, Timmy Howard. Timmy Horton.
Timmy Horton. Oh my gosh. I got FIFA on the brain. World Cup on the brain. We listened
it's the Women's World Cup, not the Men's World Cup, right?
Okay, yeah, they're all soccer players.
Is this a Joanna Man situation where Tim Howard is playing for the U.S.?
I don't know. Okay. We listened to it on the radio, so I can't speak to
who was actually playing.
And it was the Canadian team, not even the American.
We had Canadian beer when we were at the stadium.
We did.
Yeah, so we did some Canadian things. We did not get to do all the Canadian things, although, in fairness, that was limited greatly by the fact that we were idiots and didn't have service. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So we didn't have a phone. So because we didn't have a phone, we were trying to call into a radio station back here in the States.
So WGN wanted to do an interview with us today, and I was trying frantically to find a landline for us because we needed to somehow call.
Yes.
And we scavenged for a payphone.
And we found payphones.
We found a payphone.
Payphones.
First of all, I have some disease of the ear now from holding that payphone to my head. I don't know what it is, but my God. Second of all, when was the last time anyone actually used a payphone? I've never tried to look for a payphone in my entire life.
It's been I know. So you have when you were a kid.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, I used payphones when we were kids.
I mean, other than to call collect from, we Add a Baby Eats a Boy.
Great commercial.
I actually tried to call collect to the station because I couldn't get the credit card thing to work on the payphone thing because of course it's old and terrible. And eventually
WGN didn't accept the charges. You can say it. WGN didn't accept the good charges. We weren't that important to them.
Yeah, no. So we eventually got through and talked to WGN. That was fun, but that was a weird experience.
So Rogers Center.
The stadium.
Yes.
Sky Dome.
Yeah, sure.
Not to be confused with Sky Field.
It's called no, not Atlanta Sky Field.
Or Skyfall.
Or Skyfall or Sky High. All Sky appropriate pop culture references. They
missed an opportunity, by the way. Sky Vodka could have sponsored that stadium, and it could have been the Sky Dome, and it would have been great.
True. Yeah. Well.
Anyway, sorry. Move on.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so the roof was open.
So great.
It was awesome with the roof open.
Which brings us to a point that we're going to talk about later, which is how, in God's name, are we going to rank retractable roof stadiums? Because it's just such a different experience when they're open versus closed.
Correct.
So we're going to have to figure that one out.
Your example is
I've seen Chase open and closed.
When you were in Arizona, yeah, you've seen it open. I saw it only closed.
It's an airplane hangar when it's closed.
Yeah, I didn't particularly love it closed.
No.
And you touted its greatness open.
It is great open.
So
imagine what the Sky Dome would have been like closed.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So this is what the Sky Dome has going for it that I talked at length about already in this trip to Tim, and he's tired of me hearing talk about this. Okay.
I'm never tired of it.
Right next to the stadium is the Spire. And it's like the space station.
It's called something the tower.
I don't know what it's called. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's this giant spire, and it's right next to the stadium.
CR tower.
So it gives you. So when you're watching the game, in your field of vision is this huge spire tower thing that you cannot see the top of.
Nope. No matter.
You have to look straight up to see the top.
And you should also describe the fact that this. I mean, you can see the pictures on our Twitter account at 30 and 30 for 30. But when you look at the stadium, like the retractable roof itself, it's a massive, hulking sculpt, like a piece of I don't know what you want to call it, building. Yeah. That when you look at it, it itself is impressive. And then this thing is so much bigger.
Yeah. So first of all, the idea of intimacy in the park that's done away with in like the first 1 second of seeing the field. You're like, oh, I feel no connection to the field.
There's a reason why it was going to be called the Sky Dome. Because you are literally in the sky as you're trying to watch
exactly.
They had huge poles, so you didn't railings, so you didn't fall over the edge.
So we were comparing it to an opera house. We were comparing it. I was trying to compare it to like the Star Wars Senate, room with everybody there.
Which one person will get that reference.
Yeah. Also, it had a little bit of the feel. Oh gosh, can I spoiler alert? Interstellar.
Do it.
Okay. Spoiler alert on Interstellar.
If you haven't seen it, stop now.
So that when Matthew McConaughey wakes up in Interstellar and he's on the Halo-like planet. Wow, I'm throwing in a video game from like 15 years ago. But the planet that's like a giant ring, it had that feel as well.
Can I just say I've never been more proud of you in my entire life right now. You just made an Interstellar reference.
I know. Yeah, it's great. So you're sitting watching the game, and everything kind of feels distant. You're kind of like above it all. But then to add to the scale and perspective is this giant spire to your right.
It was very cool. If you aren't sitting on the third base side, you don't get that perspective. Or even behind home plate, you get it too.
Plate, yeah.
But if you're on the first base side or if you're in the outfield, you don't get that.
Yeah.
So if the roof is open in the Sky Dome, it depends on where you sit. But we sat in both those spots. It was really cool. Very, very cool.
I think the way that we're doing our rankings, I actually don't think it's going to rank very highly because it offered kind of like no amenities or entertainment for families, especially. Tim and I spend, I would say, an inordinate amount of time thinking about what it would be like to bring children to these parks, and
our theoretical children.
Yeah, our theoretical children. And there was really nothing for kids to do at this park. Kind of same as with Yankee Stadium 2 days ago. Yep.
Yeah. So that said, we're on to we're driving to Chicago. We're on to Wrigley tomorrow, and I cannot wait for your own personal slice of hell.
Yeah, Wrigley. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I can't wait. But we do want to do a couple of things.
All of our friends and family are gonna be there. It's great.
Look at how excited you are.
4 people came to see us at the White Sox park, but it's Wrigley, so
32 people will be there.
Yeah.
Wanted to thank the Blue Jays. They dropped off some swag bags, and they communicated a little bit with us. It was nice. They were very hospitable in Canada.
Super nice.
The people we met were incredibly nice.
Yeah,
that is going to be a theme of the trip, I think. We met some really awesome people up there.
Yes.
Jason, the towel waver, was my favorite.
That was awesome.
And then also wanted to obviously thank our fathers.
Yes.
Without whom we would not be here. So happy Father's Day again, guys.
Yes, happy Father's Day to everyone, but specifically our parents, our fathers.
See you on the other side.
Bye-bye.